What's crackling, everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list. For each episode, we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're doing Reese's Puffs Cluster Crunch. This is an interesting and somewhat exciting cereal because, as some of you may know, the only current S-rank cereal is Reese's Puffs. So, high expectations going into this one. We have done other chocolate peanut butter cereals that have not been as good, but this is just Reese's Puffs again, so that's going to be our very direct comparison. So, lot riding on this one. It would be kind of boring though if it's also an S rank, and then our only S ranks are two variations of Reese's Puffs. So, part of me hopes this isn't as good, just to keep that a little more exciting. But it's been a while since we've had an S, so that could also be good to be on there. And I think this one is worth doing more than like the Bats or the Big Puff that they did, because this seems like more of an actual change to the texture of the cereal. So that's why we're doing this one, and we didn't do those. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So let's just get into it. Smells like Reese's Puffs cereal. Very peanut buttery. Alright. For some reason, the image on the front was making me think these were more, I was going to say three-dimensional, obviously they are three-dimensional, but they're much thinner than I expected. Like I thought it was going to be puffed out more in every direction. The chocolate ones especially do look kind of clustery, so that's accurate. And of course, peanut butter pieces feel like peanut butter cereal. I brought it up, so I feel like I have to confirm it every time. Oh no. I hate when you try to light pour it and just spill it everywhere. I'll get that in a second. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty good. It tastes pretty much exactly like the other one does. Didn't notice especially strong crunch there. Maybe that was just a weak bite. We'll see how it goes further in. Kind of a weird note on this one, but it's seeming like if you bite a piece this way, you get more crunch than if you bite a piece this way. Don't know what's going on there, but it's a little crunchier if you go a long ways through it. So that's something. Still not seeming especially cluster crunch-y. This seems like a bit of a mix-up from Reese's Puffs. So obviously it still tastes good, just not a huge difference. All right, we're nearing the end here, so let's try out the milk. Pretty good. More chocolatey, I think, than peanut buttery here. Yeah, not bad. Kind of just like a little bit lesser version of the Peace flavor. So not too unexpected, but still solid. Oftentimes I'll say something here that gives sort of a hint of where this is going to land, but I want to keep the suspense up for this one, so I'm not going to say anything. I think this variation nailed the most important thing, and that is it still has the peanut butter chocolate flavor that we all know and love. Well, maybe not everyone loves, but I am a big fan of. So I think that was good. This is still Reese's Puffs cereal, just a bit of a texture change here. But I'm not sure that texture change always worked out super great. The dry pieces, you're definitely getting a lot of crunch, and I enjoyed that. I thought that was pretty good. But the soggification that happens with these pieces does seem to have a much stronger effect than on original Reese's Puffs, where the crunch seems to take a very sharp decline once they've been in the milk for a sec. So that was a little bit of a letdown, and they become like a little chewy, like some cereals do when they get soggified. Not like a raisin or anything, but just like, cereal chewy. So I think that aspect, though it had potential, did turn out to be a little weaker than traditional Reese's Puff cereal. So what I'm going to do is give Reese's Puffs Cluster Crunch an A. I think it's enough of a drop from original Reese's Puffs that it does not deserve that S rank that Reese's Puffs has. Again, I still think tastier, really good. If you like Reese's Puffs, you're gonna still like this. But I think the Cluster Crunch aspect just didn't nail it. It's one of those cereals that has crunch in the name, and at the beginning you're like, okay, yeah, crunch. But you get halfway through, 60% through, not 60%, 40%, so you have 60% left. You're like, oh, this is not really crunchy anymore. So I think it does step up there. Step up, not a positive step up. Stumble, that kind of step. So it's a good cereal for sure. Like I think it's still quite good, and I enjoyed that bowl, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of this box quite a bit, but I don't think it deserves that S rank. So I guess my hope came true, and we don't have a super boring list, but it's still a bummer that we can't get another S. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. In the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've had Reese's Puffs Cluster Crunch and what you thought about it. If you think I'm totally off base here and this is the superior version of Reese's Puffs cereal, feel free to let me know. If Cluster Crunch really didn't work for you and you think that change-up was awful, you can let me know about that too. If you were really hoping that we'd finally get another S rank, I'm sorry. I'm a little let down too, but maybe if there's something else coming out that you think could get that S rank, you can let me know. If you think, like me, it would have been a little boring for this to also get an S, so you're slightly relieved, you could let me know about that too. But until next time, stay delicious.